Welcome into Just the Tip, a fantasy football podcast. We are back. Tippers, less one. Ryan is out on paid holiday. We'll call it. He's working. We're sorry. We know you takers love him. We do too. We miss him. But don't worry. We got Regan here. Regan, how you doing?
Oh, better that Ryan's not here. No, I'm just
Ooh, ouch. Yeah.
More FaceTime
agree.
for me.
Concur. Exactly. We can get our opinions in. We don't have him spoiling the mood
He's got good opinions, and I hate him.
and fact-checking us, making us sound dumb. We don't want that. Week 6 is nearly in the books. Hopefully some victories for you. Coming up, we have Buffalo and Tennessee Titans playing tonight. So it is October 18th, 2021. If you haven't figured out the date, recorded this on Monday night. Regan, what do you need to win tonight? Are you all set? You just waiting to kill somebody, put the nail in the coffin? What are you looking at?
I literally have like 5 games that are kind of deciding on this game, but it looks like I'm going to win them all. It looks like I'm going to win them all, but one guy's got Tannehill and Diggs, and I got, who do I have? Knox and Bass, the kicker from the Bills. And I'm up by 25. So that's probably the closest one. So I think I'm going to be good, but you never know.
You just hope the Titans suck.
Yeah. Well, not in Pick'em.
I have Diggs going everywhere, and I need a big one. I need him to get like 22 points, I think.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah.
Hey.
And another one I'm up by a bunch, and if A.J. Brown stays out, then I should win. Sorry, Ryan. Your friend Ryan, not Ryan Haynes. If
I'll let him know.
He doesn't notice, don't text him. Don't text him. He doesn't notice. He does have a backup plan for A.J. Brown. So always keep the Monday night players in your flex.
Oh, yeah.
For the flexibility. But with that, we'll get to this Tipendous. I think I used that last week.
Nope.
Okay. Tipendous.
I like it.
Episode. Thank you. We're going to break it down a little bit differently here. Regan was kind enough to put some time in, so hopefully you guys like it, like the structure. If you don't, let us know. We had some guys commenting, asking us some trade ideas for Cordell Patterson, Kevin out there on YouTube. We appreciate it, man. You can watch us there at Just a Tip of Fantasy Football Podcast and find us on Apple, Spotify, Google, and Amazon podcasts. To just listen to us, so you don't have to see our faces. But you can't check out these nice hats that we're wearing. If you want to purchase them, $28. Look at you. You can't go over the headphones like that. If you could just like and share our episodes, be much appreciated. Follow and subscribe, and be very glad for you to share our tips with your friends and family.
All right.
Well, with that, we will get into the Hurt Locker, because that happened a lot this weekend, it seems.
Oh. My back.
What do you mean by that?
My back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or a portion?
It's spinal.
This one hurt. This one hurt bad. Christian McCaffrey put on the ER. I did it again.
What a great show.
That was a great show. Put on the IR, and he was already out for 3 weeks, right? And then this weekend coming up, they're like, oh, yeah, he's going to be out for at least another 3 weeks. So here we go again from last year.
Yeah.
I got him in one league, and it's disappointing. I did get Chuba. I spent 22 FAAB on him, so as long as he gets me some production, I'll be all right. I'm hanging in there. I won this week, so I can survive another week, but I started out pretty rough when I lost him. So you nervous about him? You think he's going to play anymore this year, or what?
I think he's going to play, but I am very nervous. I think this is a whole setback thing, because they would have put him on IR those first 3 weeks if they really thought he was going to be out, and something happened in between, so that's obviously not good.
They said he was 50-50 to play this weekend, then goes on the IR. Makes no sense. I'm getting pretty annoyed with it, Mr. Jaw Rule down there.
Ugh.
Your boy, the next one. You want to take this one?
Oh, yeah. So this one sucks. Kareem Hunt who everybody's been pretty excited about, and he's kind of been, just a diamond in the rough because we were getting him so late. But, he had a calf injury last game with Nick Chubb being out. He had a little bit more playing time. He was getting the full brunt of the work, and he also got the full brunt of a couple hits. So he actually got carted off and put, likely to go on IR with the calf injury out a few weeks.
Quite a few weeks, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't look good. It was like one of the last plays, too. Kind of sucked. So they have a Thursday night game, so we'll get into waiver wire ads, but Nick Chubb might come back Thursday night. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So if you want, follow our socials at Just a Tip FFP. We'll try to keep you updated on that because we don't record too many nights, just Monday and Thursday nights because we have lives and families and jobs. So we are not paid professionals. We are just fantasy gurus. Trying to help you out. Yeah.
That could be a t-shirt. Those will go on sale soon.
There we go. Antonio Gibson underwent an MRI for his lower leg today. What was it? His calf now? He has a stress fracture in his shin. Now it's his calf. Or Achilles, maybe.
Just keeps going. I think it's a calf.
Yeah, okay.
That seemed to be a trend yesterday.
Yeah, sneak peek to our waiver wire ads. J.D. McKissick. Right now.
Seriously. If he's there, we'll have to check the percentage on that.
Yeah. I have it written down there, but we'll get into that later.
Awesome.
Dak Prescott, calf strain, not too big of a deal, right? Though they have a bye week this week.
Correct.
Is that correct?
That's correct, and they don't think it's going to be too bad. It's just something he said he definitely could have played this week if there was a game. So,
okay.
Just obviously something to keep a note on. Just you get nervous with these mobile quarterbacks and calf strains and whatnot.
Well, for sure, especially after his season-ending injury last year, and then the slow start to the season, missing a lot of preseason. It was a bit nerve-wracking, but he's been doing pretty well. He's been doing awesome.
Yeah.
Can you hear that in the background?
Oh, yeah.
You take these next two, guys.
Alrighty, so the next one we got Baker Mayfield, and he dislocated his shoulder again. And he looked like he was in excruciating pain. I was watching the game. I was looking. I actually can't. I don't know about you, Mac, but from playing football, I cannot watch injuries. I can't watch them. My stomach turns every time.
It makes me cringe. That's for sure.
Yeah, I had to look away, and I just listened to the commentary, and they told me they were just like, "Oh, it's not that bad." And I looked. I was like, "Oh, it looks a lot worse than it was." Like I thought his arm bent the wrong way, but I guess the shoulder just popped out. He went to the sideline, popped back in, came in the next next series. He said he's going to play. He said it hurts like a B word, but he's going to be in there. It's going to be hurting him all year. So,
of all the things we've said on this podcast, you said to yourself, "I'm saying."
We said this is going to be a different format. I'm trying to keep things kosher.
Oh, my bad. I'll censor myself there.
I just, made that up.
Oh, okay.
So the next one,
I just was spending time with the family. I had to watch myself.
Yeah, right. My grandmother watches this, so.
Oh, I know. I feel bad.
Oh, she's sorry more than I do. So the next one's and last one's Kadarius Toney, the big waiver ad from last week, was looking pretty good on his first drive. What was it, like 3 catches, 30 yards?
Yeah, he was targeted 4 times, got 3 catches. He was heavily involved. I was going to get into that later with the breakdown, but I picked him up. I didn't start him, though. I had better options, and I kind of wanted to wait and see, but if you started him, can't blame you, man. He was heavy in the game plan, and if you lost because of it, don't feel bad. That was the right move.
It's crap luck. He got his cleat was stuck in the turf and made a cut and got hit on the same time, aggravated his ankle injury that was already pre-existing. So,
yeah, unfortunately. All right, well, that does it with our Hurt Locker. There's plenty more out there. Yeah, I'm sure you guys all follow certain sites, and if you know the player that you have, you check up on them. But there might be guys that you don't have in your team that you might want to check in on for trade inquiries and stuff. So that's why we want to let you know. But we also share a lot of stuff, breaking news and stuff on our socials. Just a Tip FFP. We'd appreciate the follow.
Nice plug.
Other news, we don't have Haynes here, so no Haynes' briefs, but real quick here. Calvin Ridley, he's back off his personal time off and a bye week. Damian Williams, running back for Chicago. Still on that VIP list. That's very, very minuscule, thankfully. I don't know if he'll be back this week, so we'll see.
It doesn't look like it, yeah.
And you had this news, and I didn't hear about it. So.
I thought it was funny. So this is Pete Carroll called Cam Newton.
Yeah.
So he called him. Nothing came out about it. And then something came out today, actually right before we jumped on. It was really just they have Cam like kind of in the background, but they're going to go with what they have, which now. But Russell Wilson seems to be making some quick improvements. So
he does. So, but yeah, Gino won't get it done. But yeah, I wouldn't hate the move. I mean,
hey.
I think he'd be better than Smith there. So, well.
Yeah.
Two more guys real quick.
Yeah, I'll run through them. So Jerry Jeudy, he's practicing in somewhat of a capacity, but he's honestly a 50-50 shot to even play this week. It's looking like he's not going to play. But something to, I don't even know if we added this into our ads, but something to look for in the waiver wire. See if somebody dropped him randomly. Maybe he got lost in the shuffle.
Very much so. I'll check his roster percentage. Then Michael Thomas looks like he's going to be out a few more weeks.
That's what
even though he's eligible.
This one hurts.
That's disappointing. We invested in him in our shared league there. But that's about all I have of him. And if you have him, hopefully you've been making it and you can be patient. But you might have to look to package him away if you need to make a move to somebody who's 5-0, going to be 6-0 right now, just to get one of their decent bench players that they can part ways with. All right. Well, so with that, we will get into our next segment, which we're going to call the wrap up. I like it. It's kind of like you have a nice wrapped burrito or something, all packed in there with a whole bunch of information for you to chomp on.
Ooh,
Not just our tips, but our tips are spilling out, but there's a whole lot more.
What a visual.
I know. But keep in mind this week coming up. What are we? Week 7. Jeez. Bills, Cowboys, Jaguars, Chargers, Vikings, and Steelers. I'm saying because I'm like 2 leagues. I'm in must-win situations now, and I'm going to have to make some trades if I don't have Stephon Diggs step it up in both those leagues. If he doesn't give me 20-plus points, then I'm going to be trading him, probably trading Kelsey as well, trying to get a haul. We'll see. But yeah, Bills, Cowboys, Jaguars, Chargers, Vikings, and Steelers. This is a whopper, not just a burrito. So, so we'll note some players of significance from each game, good or bad. This is your note here. Tipping ain't easy when you make a bad call. So did we make any bad calls? I don't think we did. I don't
think we were bad. But if you hear us say tipping ain't easy, that means we messed up. A little mulligan.
I gotcha. All right. Well, first game. You want to lead us off here?
Yes.
This was the Thursday night game.
Correct. Yeah, Thursday. So we had Tampa 28. They took the victory versus the Eagles, who scored 22. It was pretty one-sided, if you ask me, with Tampa Bay. Tom Brady
for sure
didn't play. He didn't have the craziest stats, but threw 2 touchdowns. He was looking good. Jalen Hurts did all right as well in fantasy. Some main players, though, Leonard Fournette. So this is 3 weeks now in a row that he's had double-digit carries and at least 40 receiving yards in a game. Mm-hmm. So he looks to be the number one there, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon. Giovanni Bernard's been back for 2 weeks. That's the only player I thought would really take anything away from him, at least in the passing game. He hasn't got much more than 4 catches a game, 3 catches a game. So
right, he had that one big game, but yeah, Leonard Fournette's been doing awesome. I picked him up late, and glad I did.
Oh yeah,
he has Chicago and New Orleans next, so
good defenses.
Yeah, yeah.
I probably
We'll see.
Yeah. If he's your third
Yeah.
running back, you're sitting him.
Yeah, if he is your third, maybe volume over everything though. He got over 20 attempts in 2 out of the last 3 games.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, you'll have
Yeah.
to weigh your options next week. I mean, everybody on bye, you probably don't have much options at all.
That's true. And he got, like I said, he's got at least 40 receiving yards the past 3 weeks. So that at least, I know the Bears secondary is not the best. So, maybe they'll throw it to him a couple times. But to get off Leonard Fournette, Antonio Brown, another one. So the past 3 weeks, he's had at least 7 catches. Never mind. I think he had like 11 targets this week. It was something. The past couple weeks have been crazy for him. But he seems to be the number one target for Tom Brady right now with Gronk out.
Yeah, he got hurt for a second, then came out.
Yeah.
Then he came back in. Yeah, he had 13 targets, 9 receptions, 93 yards, and a touchdown. Only played half the snaps. So
wow,
when he's in, they're targeting him. It's for the plays. So I have a question for you. I wanted to bounce it off Ryan as well, but if you have Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, do you trade these guys? Or do you have Antonio Brown? He can't keep this up. Do you trade him? Because the other guys are going to have to step up. Mike Evans hasn't been doing bad. He scored over 20 points a few times.
Yep.
But the low is 5 points, and that's not good.
So if you're in a PPR league, I like Chris Godwin. He's getting more targets. He's second, I think, behind Antonio Brown in targets. Mike Evans does kind of scare me. Did he have 2 touchdowns this week?
No, he did bad this week.
Oh, that's all right. Maybe it was
he had 2 receptions, 27.
2 receptions. I'm sorry. Yeah,
2 receptions. Yeah,
yeah.
So he had 2 touchdowns against Miami.
Yeah,
2 receptions. Yeah,
yeah. So
pretty bad. Chris Godwin, he had 5, and he was only targeted 5 times.
Yeah. So
he had 11 targets the week before. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I just like that consistency. I don't know about you, about Godwin. I'm down to stick with him. And you also spent a little bit more on Mike Evans than you did on Chris Godwin, so he's probably a little bit lower.
Yeah, maybe by a round, but at this point, I think you really can't think of that. It's relevant body of work right now.
Yeah. Oh, I only said that because you probably had another wide receiver before that.
Oh, I got you. I got you. Yeah, I was thinking trade value. My bad.
Right. No, let's.
So who would you trade out of these guys?
I would try it. I'm trying to trade Mike Evans for the name.
All right, yeah.
The name itself will get it.
I would too. I probably would too.
There's just so many mouths to feed there. It's insane. But
it really is.
For the most part, they all have been doing pretty well, considering. So if you're stuck with them,
yeah, somebody's gonna be the odd one out. Yep. It's unfortunate, but that's how it has to go. All right, we don't have to spend much more time on that, right?
Quick thing,
Devontae Smith. Sorry.
Yeah, Devontae Smith is the only one I wanted to bring up for the Eagles, and that's he's been very inconsistent. But you're probably, especially this week, you're going to have him at least as a flex going forward. Mm-hmm. He's definitely not a wide receiver 2, easily a wide receiver 3 flex capability. That's it.
Yeah, he let me down. I played him everywhere I had him, and that came back to bite me because I had who did I have on the bench? I can't remember. Decent players that got more points, but he only had like 3.
Right.
I'll have to look that up. Oh, I think I have Julio Jones about to go tonight too, and I'm like, I'd probably rather take that chance. Next game, we have to bring this up.
We don't have to, honestly.
Jaguars 23, Dolphins 20 in London on Sunday morning. What was your opinion on the game?
Literally the worst coaching game I've ever seen in my life. Especially like the challenges by Flores. I was like, what are you doing? And then they needed it later on.
They needed those timeouts.
There was a first down that they didn't get, I believe, and they easily got it, or vice versa. And they didn't have any challenges left. I was like, you ruined it yourself.
Yeah. Oh, it was quite the debacle. You have any questions on Myles Gaskin?
Yeah. what do you do with him? Do you drop him again?
Drop him. Kick him. All right, I dropped him. I picked him up after his big week, and then I played him. Oh, that's who I could have played in my flex. Oh man.
Well, that will ruin you.
No, Latavius Murray. I think I benched Latavius Murray for Gaskin. I have too many leagues to keep track of. And I'm reading ahead on my notes. But yeah, that was horrendous. And I wanted to introduce this with Ryan, but he ain't here. And I kind of have a good opportunity to do it. So, new segment. Going to call it Bidge Please. Those that don't know, my nickname is Disfatt Bidge. So, here we go. Haven't rehearsed it, but we'll see how it goes. So, Bidge Please. So, I got to call out these dumb decisions from this week. And highlighting the Miami Dolphins and Brian Flores. You want to draw them offsides on a 4th and short, where everyone knows you pulled the brisket off the shelf in the oven and put him in the game.
Right.
When you're going to go for it like they did earlier in the game. But no, you decide to leave Tua in there and then take a delay of game. Bitch, please.
Ooh, I like how you finished that.
I'm not done.
Oh, jeez.
But then you go for it on 4th down and hand it off to Malcolm Brown. What are you doing? Do I need to say any more? Bitch, please. Then when there are 5 seconds left, 5 seconds, Regan, you let them throw a quick slant over the middle and get into field goal range. Chenault catches the ball and rolls. You know, when we played in our careers, we were coached much better than this all the way in high school. Know where the clock is, know the down and distance, and be like, in one timeout, don't touch him. Let him keep rolling. Let the clock run out. So then you don't call a timeout. I'm watching it live. And I'm yelling at it. What are we doing? I was alone. My dog's like, what are you? He was like, you're a fan of Miami Dolphins? Bitch, please.
Oh, you smashed.
That didn't go as well as I thought. But I'm done with this team. I just had to vent a little bit. I'm glad you guys listened. Let me vent. I appreciate it. No more talking about Miami Dolphins. Moving on. Unless you had something else you wanted to say.
Not at all.
Thank God. Bengals 34, Lions 11. There's not much to say of this game. Total blowout. Joe Burrow's been a good streamer lately. He had 271 yards, 3 touchdowns. They handled the Lions easily. It was never really close. Mostly on the ground, running back work. Mixon, 94 yards on the ground, 59 through the air off of 6 receptions and a touchdown. Great way to bounce back.
Oh, yeah. First of all,
I would probably win this week if I had, oh my gosh, Kamara on bye this week. So I had Mixon and then Kamara's on bye. And then I put Gaskin in instead of Latavius Murray. So, yeah, that hurt.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, not much to say about this game. I feel bad for the Lions. Jared Goff's not getting it done. Dan Campbell, did you see him calling him out?
Oh, yeah. He was, he's got to
do better.
Yeah.
He's pausing, trying to think about what to say, and he...
Smart move, though, because he could have said some stuff.
he probably... That was probably taped for what he was thinking. Oh, yeah. So, he ain't wrong. Packers, you take this game. Packers versus Bears.
Yeah, so Packers 24, Bears 14. So we all saw it, apparently. Aaron Rodgers still owns the Browns. I mean Bears.
Still owed you. I still owed you.
Yeah. Did you hear what he said, too? He said, I saw some lady in the fans giving me the double bird, so I blacked out and just started yelling, I owned you.
I don't care. I would do the same thing.
I think he's making that up, but whatever. But he only threw of 195 yards. So I was like, did you really own him? He did have 2 touchdowns, but either way. Yeah. I did like the one thing I want to touch on was A.J. Dillon still getting 11 touches. Only getting, obviously, rushes, but you're really just banking on him getting a touchdown. So I actually had to play him this week. He got me like 5 points, which is depressing.
Yeah.
But
the
playing
week
for
before
upside.
he did pretty well, right?
Right. Allen Robinson on the other side of the field, 4 catches, leading receiver, 54. It sucks. This is a really tough one to take. It looks like Mooney is kind of the number one receiver there, at least the red zone. He had another touchdown this week.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't think I can drop Allen Robinson, but what else do you really do?
To. I might have to play him this week.
Yeah, I had to play him this week.
This upcoming one with the bye weeks, I got to check. But yeah, I might drop him and let somebody else play him against me.
I honestly
I don't care.
Throw him in a trade that's like lopsided.
I've tried offloading him.
I'm gonna try. I got to. All right, we got to keep this moving, though.
All right. Khalil Herbert, though, I wanted to touch on. I picked him up, and I benched Damian Harris for him.
Wow.
Kind of an even trade, but I wish I put Damian Harris in my flex or something. I just wasn't sure with his injuries. His fumbling, so.
He said he wasn't playing until pretty much right before the game, so.
Yeah, no. And I was like, Herbert will get the whole workload, so. But, yeah, keep him. Do not drop him. Keep him on your bench. These running backs are valuable.
Oh, yeah. And like we said, Williams is still on the COVID list. So.
Yeah, Williams is still there. When's Ty Montgomery coming? David Montgomery. I always do that. Showing my age.
Yeah, so he's on the IR list. I do not recall if it was the short term or long term.
Yeah, it probably was.
That's still another 2 weeks. They're looking at running backs, though, so that makes me to believe leads me to believe that he's probably out a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's true. Next game, we don't have to talk about much. Colts 31, Texans 3.
Ugh.
Who is getting the number one overall pick? Because Houston, Miami, the running, Jacksonville, and Detroit's in the lead right now.
God. What a joke.
Yeah, it really is. But yeah, Jonathan Taylor, he had 29 points, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Only 1 reception for 13 yards, but they didn't need it. It only rushed 14 times.
Yeah.
So, huge game from him.
A little sketchy on the only 14 carries, but
they
made him work.
Yeah, they didn't want him to get injured, so it's all good. This game, pretty disappointing. I thought this was going to be much higher scoring. I think we called the over. I think it was 56 points. Chiefs 31, Washington 13. I played Heineke too, so that hurts.
Yeah, smooth move, buddy.
Yeah, you got any thoughts on Mahomes here?
Yeah. So, in my head, I'm thinking the Madden curse might have caught up with Mahomes. But I think he's too talented for it to really affect him too much. So he is throwing picks left and right. Most of the time, they're really not his fault. They're just coming off a player's hands.
No. Yeah.
And which is horrible, but he's still throwing the ball, up and high and away. So he's got to get it down into the receiver. So I think it's a little bit on him. He still had the most passing yards on the day at 397, and got 2 touchdowns. So
yeah,
he's still killing it. And then for the Washington, we said Gibson was hurt. So J.D. McKissick, did you end up finding a percentage on him, Mac? If not, when you do, let's.
I have it in my notes down lower. Let me scroll down to get it. But yeah, I picked him up just in case. I wasn't sure about his injuries. J.D. McKissick, 42% and Yahoo Leagues, so
he might be a big pickup.
And then there's the guy Patterson, who is their other backup. If you want to feel free to have a deeper bench and just keep an eye on Antonio Gibson if there's more injuries that happen to him. Jarrett Patterson.
Well, Antonio Gibson's already got like 3 injuries, so.
I know. Running backs but they rarely make it through a full season.
Correct. Unless you're Derrick
Henry. Look at Dalvin Cook.
Knocked on wood, though.
Yeah, I know. And McCaffrey. So, So yeah, just be aware. Be aware of that. Excuse me. I'm trying to find my notes again.
Hey, good. Yeah, so that's pretty much locks up that team. We can jump to the next one. Ravens 34, Chargers 6.
Yeah.
I saw this going totally different in my head.
Me too. I picked the Chargers to win. I thought it'd be close. I thought it'd be like, 27-30 type of game. Oof.
This is one out of the two games I got wrong, and it was defeating.
Yeah. Yeah. Keenan Allen here, he got 10 points, 5 for 5.
Yeah.
Maybe throw him the ball more. The coach is weird. Going for it on fourth down all the time. And it's just like, all right, dude, your defense is not that good. You need to slow your roll there. I have a question, though. I traded Justin Jefferson for Keenan Allen and Jalen Waddle. I've been struggling. I've only won 1 week. I'll win this week. I think Allen's going to boom. Jefferson is on a bye this week, and so is Allen. But I'll take Waddle. Hopefully he can fill in. Would you have done this trade? I know you like Keenan Allen a lot.
Yeah.
But he's been kind of disappointing.
So
only 1 touchdown on the year.
He hasn't got less than double digit in PPR. He's still the most targeted player on the team. He's just not, like I say, he's not getting those touchdowns. I think I mentioned that last podcast. Justin Jefferson, obviously the best player out of this trade. But if you needed 2 wide receivers to fill slots, I think this is a perfectly good trade. You're looking at the upside for Keenan Allen. You're still going to get decent points. And Jalen Waddle's up and coming. He's the number 1 receiver there. So and they don't have
just had 2 touchdowns. So.
Right. So I actually like this trade a lot, Mac.
Okay. I have Amari Cooper. And what else I got? Oh, I got Julio Jones.
Yeah.
T. Higgins. Kadarius Toney I did play.
Yeah, that's a great trade then.
Yeah. All right.
Because Amari Cooper has been struggling too. So.
Yeah, he has. I was going to get to him later. All right, we'll move along. I was just curious. What grade the trade? Rams 38, Giants 11. The Giants did not show up, but like I mentioned with Kadarius Toney, 3 receptions on 4 targets before the injury. Absolute right play. So silver lining. Hold on to him. See what happens with the injury. Even if we don't have much, I probably wouldn't drop him for clearing waivers. Would you? Or
no.
Would you if you absolutely need somebody?
There's so many bye weeks this week. There's going to be really no one to grab. So you can look to see. Oh, is he on bye? The Giants on bye? Double check.
No, I don't think so.
Nope. So he might even play still. You never know. I don't know.
He might.
Don't know if I play him.
We'll get into our start sits on Thursday.
Yes.
Sorry, we're a bit unprepared on who we would start and who we would sit because we didn't do the homework for that. So
that one's a tough one. He's injured, so we don't know what his outcome's going to be, and the coach said he's not sure, honestly, so he doesn't even know. Dude, how about Stafford and Kupp, though? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, but Giants have Carolina next week, so then Kansas City after that, so yeah, I would hold on to them.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Who did you pick for? Who did you pick for this game? Rams, obviously, right?
Yeah. Don't be ridiculous.
I know.
Stafford's my boy.
I know. I think you. Was it you picked him to go to the Super Bowl?
No.
NFC Championship. That's what you picked him going pretty far.
Yes.
I wasn't thinking they were going to go pretty far. But yeah, they look good. The problem here with Stafford. Well, I mean, he's good, but they have a really good defense, too.
Yes.
So he doesn't need to throw a whole bunch. He doesn't need to score a lot of points. But he gets these weeks, the 34, number 2 on the week. Passing touchdowns worth 6 points. PPR format. But yeah, when he has these weeks, it's pretty sweet. He was kind of in a little bit of a lull. But
he was
251 yards, so as long as he scores a touchdown, that's fine. He had 19 and a half the week before, then 24. So I mean, not that much of a lull. But
I want to see who they're playing. I think they have Detroit in 2 weeks.
No, this week.
Is it this week? Oh,
yeah, this week, dude. Look at this: Detroit, Houston, Tennessee, then San Fran.
Sure.
Then they have a bye week. Yeah, top QB.
Next
Number 5, top 5, I would say, for the foreseeable future.
Pumped.
This one was a good game. Vikings 34, Panthers 28. overtime.
Who?
Your boy, Adam Thielen.
Who got no touchdown?
Where did this come from? Come on. Come on.
He went off,
Another touchdown. I was like, I saw it too, and I'm just like, come on.
Got
We're going to lose this bet.
Oh, I hope
How many more does he need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 5, so he's halfway there.
Yep.
With less than half the season played. Great.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a big chance. Sam Darnold sucked.
Yeah, he's getting close to my drop list because I've been using him as a streaming quarterback anyways.
He is getting close, but we'll get into it with our ads and drops. But
Noted.
Cardinals 37, Browns 14. Tough game for the Browns. The Cardinals just slapped them. Kyler Murray looked good. He's not rushing the ball so much though.
I'm fine with that for longevity of the season.
Totally fine.
Oh,
he had 4
yeah.
touchdowns as well too.
Hopkins had 2. That was gorgeous.
Yeah, 4 passing touchdowns, but he fumbled the ball 4 times.
He didn't lose any though, right?
Didn't lose them.
How do you fumble 4 times?
And nobody picks him up. Or the opposite team, rather.
Like, sir, that's mine.
Yeah. So if you play the Browns defense and you saw it every time, you're like, oh, come on. AJ Green, sneak peek. He looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Lana Moore they're not involving him. It's a fluke play. I was surprised they had the coaches out and a couple of players. So good for the Cardinals staying undefeated. They have Houston this week.
James Conner, buddy.
Yeah, James
Still
Conner.
riding that train.
Raiders here. What do you got on the Raiders?
See, this one killed me. I really thought this was going to be, especially with the Broncos' defensive game.
Yeah, Raiders 34, Broncos 24. Sorry.
I was about to say it. I got excited.
Oh, okay.
I was just surprised. Especially after their coach just got up and left for reasons we're not going to talk about.
He resigned.
Sure. I like it. But I just didn't expect them to be that good with,
I didn't either. I picked the Broncos.
So, as did I. So one thing I wanted to check on, because I don't want people to overreact on this one, and it's Kenyon Drake. Past 2 weeks, he hasn't done much. This week he had 4 carries, 34, and a touchdown, and then he had 2 catches, 2 targets for 2 catches, 39 yards, and another touchdown. So he had 2 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. Like I said, the week before he barely did anything. He had 0 catches in both weeks, and I think he had like a total of 4 carries, maybe. It could be a sign, without their coach being there, that they're gonna try to involve him more. But it's still only 6 total touches, so it's not something you should really chase after. I think I dropped Drake last week, and I'm really not mad about it. I think this is just one of those games he just got lucky on and got 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I was curious. Maybe he just didn't like him.
There's a possibility.
It's a possibility. They got Philly next week, and they suck against the run. So, yeah, he might be worthy of a play.
Yeah, I'm not mad. Yeah, you could. I'm fine with people chasing it, especially if you have the opportunity, especially with bye weeks and stuff like that. But I just don't want people to get overreact and hey, let's just play him this week, because I think he's gonna be awesome, and play him over Leonard Fournette or something stupid.
Yeah,
I just want people to be wary.
Yeah, he's 53% rostered, so. Yeah, I guess he's worth a pickup with the buys. Sorry, you got anybody else you want to talk about?
The last one I really want to talk about is Waller. He's averaged 13 points per game, but week 1 he had 26 points, and that's what's really changing everything up for him, averages wise. He really hasn't had much the past couple weeks, so I still have a lot of faith in Waller, and I'm curious if we can buy low, and if we can, do we?
Yes and yes. I would definitely do it. The upside is huge. You got Dawson Knox, great. How long can that keep up?
Mm-hmm.
Dalton Schultz. Zach Ertz, I was riding that train for a while. Now he's traded to Arizona.
See how that goes.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that in the news. Oh, man, Zach Ertz after the game Thursday night traded to Arizona, so he wakes up undefeated. Leaving the Eagles, but he was pretty emotional about it, so he liked it there.
I don't blame him
for some
That's
reason.
Tough.
I don't know why anybody likes Philly. But
all right, let me finish this one up quick. That's good stuff.
Sorry, go ahead.
Last one, I just want to touch on the Broncos real quick. They played pretty bad. Only players really of note: Noah Fant, Courtland Sutton. Noah Fant had 9 catches for 97 yards and a touchdown. Courtland Sutton 8 catches for 94 and a touchdown. Most of this work though came pretty much at the end of the game where it was just garbage time.
Yeah,
I'm still starting both of these guys pretty much all the time, no matter what. But I don't know. This I just thought they were going to do so much better, and this kind of
I thought
left
they
a
would
bad
too.
taste, a little bad taste in my mouth.
Sutton though, with Jerry Jeudy coming back soon, do you sell off of this high game? Because people might not read all the details, and they don't listen to this podcast and get that in context. I'm looking to trade him.
That's a great point.
I would trade him and somebody else for Waller and another wide receiver, like OBJ maybe.
Yeah.
To fill in. But if you're slacking at tight end, or if you need a running back, I would definitely be looking to move Sutton.
Yeah, well, we talked about it, early on in the season. Jerry Jeudy was the number 1 receiver there. He was taking over Courtland Sutton. So I don't think it's going to
targets, just couldn't catch because it was Drew Lock.
That's a good point. Well, Teddy B's there, so
yeah. Hopefully he stays healthy.
That's about it.
This game though, cousin Todd was there.
Awesome.
He was like, "Hey, what do you think the game is gonna?" You work with him.
Oh yeah.
He was like, "What do you think of the game?" Like, Cowboys are gonna blow them out. Totally wrong.
Was not
Cowboys
mine.
35, Patriots 29 in overtime. That was a good game. It had everything. It was exciting. It was. I need the sound drop. Are you not entertained?
Oh, I love that.
Gladiator.
That's
that
good.
was pretty sweet. Mac Jones, he got hit pretty hard.
Oh my god!
A lot of people are talking about that and like bounce back up. I'm like, yay. He's not used to that in Alabama, but he bounced right up. He threw that pick 6, and I was telling you in our text, I was like excited about it because I started Dallas's defense and I started the Colts defense and Arizona's, and they did all pretty well.
You got lucky with the Cowboys because
that pick 6 helped me. That helped me a little bit.
Yeah,
but I was going against CeeDee Lamb, so it didn't help so much.
Oh yeah,
CeeDee Lamb went off. 2 touchdowns. He had 39 points. No, excuse me. What did Lamb just have? He just had 36.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns for 100 and something yards.
Yeah. 36 points. I was reading Cooper's first week, so I'll get into these notes right now. Are we looking to trade either one of them? This offense can't sustain everybody, kind of like with the Bucs that we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper so far this season, his average is 15 points per game, but his big game was week 1 against the Bucs with 39 points. So he had a couple weeks where he only scored 5. Lamb is averaging 18. The low was 3. And what just happened was his 36-point game. Their playoff schedule is nice, though. Week 14, Washington, then the New York Giants, then Washington again, then Arizona. And I think they're going to be getting into the playoffs. I think they'll win the division. I don't see anybody taking that from them.
No.
Except Washington at the end there. They got to win those division games, and plus the Giants as well. They always do that with the NFC East. It's ridiculous. Always stacked at the end of the year.
AFC's backwards, too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So to answer your
looking
question,
to trade any of them?
Yeah, so Cooper and Lamb. So the only thing I'm kind of like waiting on is, so Cooper had that rib injury. Pretty sure they're cracked ribs. So I think that's probably why he's dropped off so much. And I could picture him getting better and better like every week or so going through the year. That being said, I feel like Lamb has the bigger upsize between these two players. And as we saw yesterday, he was just making those big plays. He had 2 giant plays that, that's why he got 36 points. And he's been doing that a couple times. He hasn't I think he only had 4 receptions yesterday. which isn't much.
Okay.
I think, honestly, you could trade either or. It really depends. They're both going to be decent wide receivers. I have more faith in Lamb, though.
Yeah, I do too. I had to trade Lamb because I needed a running back.
Mm-hmm.
I got James Robinson, who looks great. So hopefully he sticks around. But I need Stephon Diggs and Calvin Ridley to step it up. I'm making a bet. If they both step it up, then I can part with Lamb.
I like it.
So
Robinson's a nice trade. That's a good trade right there, though. I think you made out on that.
Yeah. So I chopped Lamb from my squad. He was on the trading block. Chop.
All right,
anyway,
next game.
Doesn't make sense. Steelers 23, Seahawks 20 in OT. Chase Claypool, man, what's going on with him?
I don't know. I feel like he's getting hurt through this one every game. Yeah, he had 7 targets, only caught 2. It's Ben Roethlisberger. He throws short routes, and Claypool's not that guy. He's not really getting them. So, are you nervous about Claypool?
I mean, I didn't draft him. I didn't want much of this offense besides Deontay Johnson and Najee Harris. You were much higher on Najee Harris, so good for you. I only grabbed him in one league, but yeah, he's too much of a boom or bust.
Oh,
and hopefully he has another boom, and you can trade him before the deadline. Hopefully you flip him. Real quick, last one before we get to our trades. Real quick, Najee Harris, he's got to be the favorite for Rookie of the Year, right? You called that.
Oh yeah.
Second, I think, would be Jamar Chase, in my opinion. But
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
He's been...
Najee Harris, he's been averaging 22.4 points per game, but that was after his Week 1 game where he only scored 5 points. That was against Buffalo.
Okay.
I'm throwing that out. Jamar Chase has been solid throughout the year, averaging 17.6 points per game in those same 5 weeks. But he had 21 in his debut. So his average is
skewed. Yeah.
About 19. But he has 5 touchdowns for Chase and only 3 for Harris. So it's going to be a close one. More yards, all-around yards for Harris. But the way that he's their offense, I think he's going to get it, especially the way he's going to be carrying them to the playoffs.
I like that, though. I
love. Place a bet on that?
Oh, yeah, I definitely pick Harris on that. Just he's the only thing I'd be nervous about is an injury, but he's getting 100% of the carries pretty much. I think he's at like 98% on the year. Mm-hmm. So, I saw him yesterday. Like he spread out, ran a flat route. Ben's actually throwing to him as a slot receiver. So they keep using him like that. I think that's actually what I said. He's just going to be great in the catching game, receiving game.
He was lining out wide too.
Right.
He's everywhere. So versatile. Love the kid. Great story with him too. I hope he gets it. All right. I think that breaks down all the games there. Let's get into our ads of the week. Huh?
That wraps up the wrap?
That wraps up that wrap in foil. You can take it home and you can stuff
doggy bag
if you don't like our tips. Oh, I'm sorry. No, save it for later.
Wow. Leftovers are great.
The leftovers are great. We won't have time for the leftovers today, but ads of the week here, QBs. You were mentioning it earlier.
Hey, you say
Meatloaf. Meatloaf.
You might be back.
You want a meatloaf wrap?
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't think anybody wants that. Heineke, yeah, he choked. I played him against Kansas City, so look for Meatloaf coming back. He started out great, but those were against weak defenses as well. So just keep an eye on Ryan Fitzpatrick. I should probably mention his name.
Oh, yeah. Meatloaf is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Way back in episode
3?
2 or 3. 3-course meals, and Ryan Fitzpatrick is my meatloaf. He fills in when you're on the go, or not on the go. You're at a restaurant where you don't trust anything. You're like, yeah, I'll get the meatloaf. With all these bye weeks.
Who says that?
I do. I don't know. I like meatloaf.
It must be a homeschooled thing.
It must be. Sam Darnold, he has the Giants and the Falcons the next 2 weeks. I look for him to bounce back. He's been a good streaming option, except for these past couple weeks. So, but with the bye weeks, you really can't be too picky. But I bet he makes it to the top 12 because 6 teams are out. His odds are up. 58% rostered. Tua versus Atlanta this week. He had 25 points against Jacksonville. He's 17% rostered. Hopefully the coaches, they're coaching for their jobs, so they better do better. Your boy, Matt Ryan.
Matty Ice.
He's playing Miami. So on the other side, coming off a bye week, he might be a worthy start, 56% rostered. Derek Carr against Philly, 52%. They'll most likely run the ball, but if you have Josh Allen on a bye, Dak Prescott, you could do worse.
Oh, yeah. Matt Ryan will have Calvin Ridley back.
Right.
And a couple other wide receivers there.
Kyle Pitts and Russell Gage is starting. Russell Gage is coming back. Hopefully Kyle Pitts keeps it rolling from what he did in London 2 weeks ago.
Oh, please.
Or a week ago. 2 weeks removed. Anyway, from when he plays the game. Looking into the future.
He's fast.
All right. Trying to rush through this. You got basketball to play. Running backs. Dearness Johnson, he's like the trending number one pick. I don't want any part of him.
No.
He hasn't done anything with the opportunities he's had in the past. He's running back for the Browns. And if Hunt's out, well, he's definitely out. And if Chubb's out, they're playing Thursday night. I don't want him. Do you?
No. They have the other running back, who's actually, I just checked to see their, their depth chart. And Demetric Felton came up as the next guy up.
Yeah.
I think
he can be a wide receiver as well, I believe.
Right. So that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking if Chubb can't play, Felton will necessarily be the Hunt position. Johnson will be the Chubb position for the most part. And I don't want either of that.
Yeah, and they're playing Denver, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, but then New England. So that one's an easy one. But
jerk.
I don't know. I hope you're not that desperate. If you are, I am sorry. You probably are just now joining the podcast, so I'm just kidding. It sucks. It's unlucky with injuries, man. I get it. You looking at any other running backs?
We got Devontae Freeman from Baltimore. Murray got hurt in the last game. Devontae Freeman kind of took it over. Nothing I'm too excited about because they still have Le'Veon Bell. They still have Taysom Williams that they kind of scratched this week, and they could bring him back in. He is the most explosive out of all of them, and I think they might just say, screw it, let's put him in.
They should. Harbaugh talked about him after
the
game, so he wasn't even active. So hopefully it's like a hint, like, hey man, you gotta do better in practice, and then you'll get in here.
It's still a very cloudy and murky backfield over here, but if you're nervous or really desperate, Devontae Freeman's okay, I guess. 2% you said he's owned?
Yeah.
He's there.
So he's out there.
And the next one would be Rashad Penny. So I actually picked him up last week as a backup because Alex Collins, I didn't know how long Chris Carson was going to be out. Alex Collins was getting the full brunt of the work, but Rashad Penny is now eligible to come off IR and should be 100%. And Alex Collins, it came out today that he's not hurt, but he really did get banged up versus Steelers.
Yeah.
And that's what the Steelers do. So
he did well.
Oh, he had a great game. He ran hard. He had great cuts, great vision. I was actually quite impressed, but if playing with injuries is not fun.
No, and if he's out, that's no good. I would say look at DJ Dallas, too. I wouldn't spend any waiver priority or FAAB on him. I have him in Dynasty. I did have to play him last year against the 49ers, and he had 23 points. Yeah. That was an 80% snap share. So add him late, and if he is playing and all the other running backs are down, look for him to be a decent play, bye-week filler. J.D. McKissick we mentioned, Gibson. We already talked about that. All right. Tip drill. Tip drill real quick. Yeah, I like that. Tip drill. We need to go through this quicker.
Sweet.
T.Y. Hilton. Picked him up. I played him over Robbie Anderson. He got 2 more points, but look at his schedule. After San Fran next week, they got Tennessee, Jets, and Jacksonville. If you have all these players that are going on bye, you can pick up T.Y. Hilton. He's 39% rostered. Good fill-in. You got it. What other receivers do we have here? Regan.
So you actually you play AJ Green. I love AJ Green.
Yeah, I needed a drink, so I just wanted you to take over.
Hey, Well, take it away because I agree. AJ Green he's been keeping up with Hopkins in receptions.
Yeah, Hopkins went off this week.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't mention him, but when he had 2 touchdowns, one was like wide open.
Wow.
But good to see him back. AJ Green had a touchdown as well. He had 18 points this week, but he could also do as low as 2. I mean, he could do as low as 0 as well. But
Yeah.
he has Houston, Green Bay, and San Fran, 40% owned. This guy, Donovan Peoples-Jones from Cleveland, wide receiver. He had most of his points off a Hail Mary. What's that?
I'm all set.
You're all set. I think so, too. I think you're chasing points, but they have no running backs. They may have to pass, but that's risky. Thursday night football. I hate Thursday night football.
Yeah, not with what's his name with the dislocated Baker Mayfield dislocated shoulder, and I'm just not feeling it.
Yeah,
I hear you though.
Tight ends.
They don't have a running back. Yeah, go ahead.
Nah. Tight ends. I want to mention this guy. I picked him up. We were discussing Higbee last week. And I mentioned in the podcast, I'm like, maybe I should pick up Ricky Seals-Jones, and I did during the podcast, and I started him over Higbee. He did well. He got 16 points. He plays the whole game. Yeah, it's like 98% snap percentage, 99, then 100 this last game. They got Green Bay coming up. They're going to have to keep up with him. He's 29% rostered, so I think he's going to be your streaming tight end for all the bye week fillers here. We got any defenses to go with?
The only one that I really thought of was the Pats. They were playing the Cowboys, got dropped by a lot of teams, and now they have the Jets this week. They do have a bye week right after, I believe, so only good for 1 week, but they smoked the Jets and had 4 picks the last time they played. So,
yeah. Well, that's my strategy with defenses anyway. Pick them up for 1 week and then drop them, or 2 weeks and drop them.
Yeah.
Bengals here, 50% rostered. They have Baltimore this week, so I wouldn't like that, but I'm just doing this to keep an eye out. Jets, then Cleveland. If Cleveland's still hurting, it'll be a good one to play. Then the Cardinals have Houston this week, 58% rostered.
Nice.
So you got to make some room on your bench to pick up all these players. We mentioned it. Gaskin, drop them. Unless, for some reason, you have Zeke, Najee Harris, Zach Moss, Austin Eckler, Dalvin Cook, and James Robinson on the same exact team, then you can hold him. But if you don't, drop him, kick him, don't even look at him. He's dead to me.
Yeah, just note that that's because they're all on bye.
Those guys are all on bye, yes.
Yeah.
I always like to make this note. Kickers you can drop unless you have Justin Tucker or a really hot kicker like Hansel.
Hey.
You get that reference?
Yeah, I did.
Thank you. All right. Usually you don't, so I just want to make sure. But I dropped the kicker because you have a player like Christian McCaffrey who has to come off IR, and I need that roster spot, and then I can throw him back on IR that weekend. I want to pick up as many of these running backs as I can and then drop accordingly. I'll pick up a kicker Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
If you have that. Another guy I'm dropping, Robbie Anderson. Tons of targets. Not doing anything with them. That's it. That's it for me. You got anything else?
Yeah, mine's the only one really is Allen Robinson, and I really don't want to do it, but especially in like 10-team leagues, easily gone. 12-team, you can, if you have to, you can. With these bye weeks, you might have to.
Yeah, it sucks. You spent high draft capital, but
so fantasy is.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess we got 1 minute for our leftovers. Red Sox.
Bingo.
Good luck to you. Yeah. Doing tied at one game apiece, and they have tonight to play in Fenway.
I should have won game 1. Oh,
they should have.
Hey, Bruins played pretty good the other day.
Bruins came back. That was awesome to watch.
Oh yeah,
my boy Jake DeBrus, love that kid. Hope he sticks around. Hope he keeps playing well. We'll see. Well, good luck to you tonight in your fantasy endeavors and basketball.
Hey,
let's
Celtics
go.
soon too. NBA
What's
kills.
that?
Celtics soon.
Oh, Celtics starting soon. That's great.
We're gonna have all the teams playing at once.
Great time of year, man. Great time
favorite.
of year. But now we just need Diggs to score 25 points and we're good.
I don't.
Your mom does.
Have
Good
a good
night.
night, guys.